Hi friends, I am Dr. Vinay Kumar and I would like to talk to you a very important thing that I learned recently. Very recently, I was invited to go to a school to have a seminar, a workshop, half-day workshop for the teachers. It was a general uh, workshop. The management wanted me to talk to the teachers about the qualities of a good teacher and also to mention something about the methodology of teaching, bringing in little bit of learning disabilities also. So usually when I go for a training like this, if it is nearby places, I drive myself. But since this place is about 6 hours drive, I thought of hiring a call taxi. So one afternoon, I started my journey. The taxi driver was a middle-aged man, a very nice, quiet, a person who gives a lot of respect to the passenger. And we started after lunch. He was very cautiously driving the car, not going very fast, not very rash driving, very smooth driving. He spoke only very rarely. Like any other drivers, he did not talk frequently. He was concentrating on his driving. He played soft music and I was enjoying the music as well as his driving. When we were going through a busy town, a busy street, that happened suddenly. We were not going very fast since it was a crowded street, but even then, suddenly a car which was parked on the right hand side of the road, it just came to the middle of the road, right in front of us. He started the car and took the car to the middle of the road to go forward, and that was right in front of us. Since we were moving, it was difficult for us to stop, but even then the driver very cleverly he slammed on the brake and with a squeaking sound of the tires it stopped. The car swirled and skidded a little bit, and just inches away from that car we stopped. We managed to stop. Nothing untoward happened by the grace of God. And as I wanted to get out of my car to talk to that driver, before that driver in that other car, he came out and he asked my driver to open his window and he started shouting at him. He started shouting as if my driver had made a mistake. And that was not actually the mistake of my driver. He was coming at a slow pace, but the person who was parked at the right hand side coming to left to the middle of the road, he could have waited for our car to pass, waited for the traffic to clear, and then he could have come. Instead of that one, he just started without giving even the indicator. And in spite of that, he shouted at my driver. And the driver, he had a smile on his face and he started waving his hand at that driver. He told, "It's okay, it's okay." He was very cool. He did not shout back at all. I just wondered why he was keeping quiet in spite of being in the right actually. He didn't do anything wrong. And after about 5 minutes of shouting, this man, thinking that he is not going to respond anything else, he went to his car and drove very rashly as if the anchor was towards the car. And my driver, as cool as a cucumber, started the car again and he started moving the car. I was really wondering what kind of person is he? We didn't do any mistake, but getting the scolding from somebody else, why should we? I asked this driver, Hari, see, you didn't do any mistake. And that fellow suddenly came to the road as if to block our way. It was entirely his fault. Then how come that you heard all the shouting instead of telling him anything else? Hari just smiled, the usual smile, and he told me, sir, that was nothing. Then I asked him again, see, if I were you, I would have just shouted back at him because it was not a fault of ours. Why should we get the shouting? Then again he smiled and he told me, sir, have you seen the garbage truck taking all the garbage from all the houses and streets and the shops? I said, yes. I have seen the municipality trucks coming and then collecting all the garbage from the houses and the bins and the streets and then taking it. Sometimes the trucks will be very full. He started telling me in his very cool voice. Sometimes the trucks are very full and sometimes the trucks are uncovered, and then what happens is some of the garbage is thrown out of the truck and it goes to the road once again sometimes. And they have to unload the garbage somewhere else. The human beings are also just like that. Many of us, we carry very big garbage. We are full of garbage, full of frustration, full of anger, full of hatred, full of disappointments, full of all the negativity. And when we are full, we have to unload it somewhere else. So they find people whom they can unload all the garbage of hatred and disappointment and distress and anger and everything. That is what happened now. He was full of garbage and he just poured it on me, that's all. I couldn't digest that. I asked him, what happens if all are just shouting at you like this? You, being a cold person, will be just receiving every time. You will be at the receiving end every time. And he told me again, yes sir, sometimes. But what happens if I take all those things and if I shout at him back? If I shout, then I am carrying my own garbage then. My own garbage of anger, my own garbage of disappointment, distress, hatred. And what happens to me then? On my way completely, I will be trying to dump my garbage on somebody else. Because this is the law of garbage truck. If you have the load of garbage, you tend to empty it on somebody else. Let it be the garbage of anger, disappointment, hatred, distress, tension, anything. So better not to have the garbage within us. And if someone tries to put it on us, we try to avoid that. That's the best way, that we need not unload it on somebody else. An ordinary taxi driver gave me the life of my lesson, the lesson of my life. And that day I learned a lot from him. Yes, we do have loads of garbage in us. We collect it from everywhere and we have it. And what do we do with that? When we have a load full of garbage, we try to unload it on somebody else. Instead, when someone unloads the garbage on you, smile at him, wave at him and make him cool, I will be happy. I don't have garbage and I will not be passing my garbage to anybody else. This is the lesson that I learned from him, the love of the garbage truck. Hope you like my video. Click on the like button, share it if you want to your friends, and don't miss to subscribe my video channel. You will be able to see a lot of videos like this. See you again next time. Till then, bye and take care.